Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. My name is Belinda Ray. I am the Director of Strategic Partnerships here at GP here with my colleague.
My name's Paul Jonson. I'm the Economic Development Director here at GP.
And we are here to bring you Money Mondays, which is a chance for us to help connect our members and community partners to funding opportunities and regional resources. If you have any questions as we are going through, please type them into the Q&A. As always, we will send out the slides and a link to the recordings to anyone who is registered or who is attending. So please let your friends know that this opportunity is here. And with that, we will get going. I will share the screen. There we are. And we're ready.
Okay, I'll take it. And if you are new to Money Mondays, to add to what Belinda said, typically I start and I have more of a business-oriented private sector opportunity, and then Belinda typically finishes the show with the main event with either a grant opportunity or a funding opportunity for either nonprofits or municipal members. So we tend to keep it as two different areas, and we tend to keep the topics in the same order every week. So with that, today I will be discussing a free 60-hour business planning class, and Belinda will be discussing the EPA Water Technical Assistance Grant. So the class that I show you today is from New Ventures Maine. If you are like me, you do not know what New Ventures Maine is. I did not know. So in all my time in this position, I had never heard of this nonprofit. So a quick background about New Ventures Maine. This is straight from their website, copy and pasted. But I thought it was interesting. If you look, it was founded in 1978, and its initial mission, so to speak, was to displace homemakers to help them re-enter the workforce with new skills. So obviously, and hopefully, the mission has been updated to reflect current environment. And it looks like in 2015, they did have a pretty massive overhaul. And so one of the things they are offering is a new free business course, which, in my position, and I think a couple people that are watching this in their position, we're always looking for resources for entrepreneurs, and lots of times entrepreneurs get redirected in a million different ways. There's lots of nonprofits out there, there's lots of programs out there, and I think that it can be overwhelming and possibly confusing for some business owners on where are all the resources in one place. And unfortunately, I think we're all still working on that as a collective nonprofits in Maine. So I'm trying to, in some of these Money Mondays, to give a little bit more clarity of some of the opportunities that you might not know are out there. So here, 60 free hours of an entrepreneurship class. And the great part is it's online. So it's Tuesdays and Thursdays from September 3rd to December 1st, 3rd, excuse me, and it's online, like I said. And if you look at the course description down here, your customer, competition, marketing, record keeping is a big one, taxes, big one, financing, legal aspects. So if you'll notice, it's really I'll call it a basic business class, and basic is not necessarily a bad word. I think there's plenty of current business owners or experienced business owners that could benefit from this. But really, some of those topics are also what would allow a business to have a better chance of getting financing should the business need loans, or the business or to write a grant, or the business is seeking investors. Probably the biggest barrier is business owners don't have record keeping, taxes, and let's say a market analysis or projections accurately done. So this is free, 60 hours free. I encourage you to help me spread the word. And on the next slide, I believe I have the link, if I remember correctly. There it is. Yay, there is the link to, that's the registration page. And when Belinda sends out the slides, I believe the link is live. If it's not, just email me and I will send you the link directly. And as far as I could tell from poking around on the website, there's no qualifications, or it's not for a specific type of business owner. I believe this is throwing open the doors, and it's welcome to anybody. So with that, I will hand it over to Belinda.
Thanks, Paul. So I am talking today about EPA Water Technical Assistance. And this seems like something a lot of our communities, particularly our more rural or small communities, could really make good use of. It is free technical assistance to support communities in identifying water challenges, developing plans, building any of the stuff that you need, financial capacity to get yourself going, and developing application materials to access funding. So a lot of people have told me we have trouble getting, accessing grants. We don't have a grant writer. Here's some free technical assistance that will even help you access the funds once you have the project planned. Municipalities are eligible, also states, tribes, territories, and drinking wastewater and stormwater utilities. No direct assistance available to federal facilities or individuals or individual households. However, if you're looking to solve a problem where multiple houses in a neighborhood are experiencing flooding because of, something that the town could address, that's okay, but individuals cannot apply. Examples of things you might address for our sewage backups, and that could be in yards or in homes. Drinking water accessibility, if you have unreliable water service and you're looking to remedy that. Concerns about lead in drinking water or flooding or stormwater backups. This is not an exhaustive list. These are examples. There are other things that might be covered. They will cover you from start to finish of getting to the point where you're ready for funding and helping you apply. So the planning phase, the project development, bringing together the people you need in the community for engagement, finding your funding and financing, and then even when you get started, they'll help you with some program management support. So it's really all the way through until you get that project going. There are some local recipients of funding through the bipartisan infrastructure law. And these are the kinds of opportunities you would be able to go for once you go through your technical assistance. They could help you apply for funds like this. Livermore Falls received 1.7 million in 2022. 800,000 of it is forgivable, and it's going to help them replace old water mains. They've had concerns about water main breaks, discoloration, taste concerns about the water. And the water mains, like I said, they're over 100 years old. So they applied and they got this funding, and it came through the state revolving fund, drinking water. And that is something that EPA Water TA will help you apply for a project. This comes from the water infrastructure story map. You can see things that have been happening all over the United States. I just chose a couple of main examples, seems more relevant. Next one is the Anson-Madison Sanitary District. And they applied for funding to deal with PFAS, the forever chemicals. And they wanted to come up with a new way to treat them and remove them so that the water and the wastewater treatment facility could function better. So they got this 724,000 initially. They have also, they received another grant after that and are now seeking funds to fully implement the program. And again, if you go through water technical assistance with the EPA, these are the kinds of funds you can apply for. They can help you get ready for this. In New Jersey, they did a lead service line replacement program. And one of the challenges they were having is they had multiple language, they were having trouble reaching people, they were having trouble identifying the lead service lines and figuring out how to replace them. And so EPA Water Technical Assistance came in and helped them with all of that. They, as far as I know, did not get technical assistance for grant funding, but they got all of this ready to go. So it doesn't always have to be about the grant funding. They can help you plan a project you're looking to get done. And again, it is free technical assistance. You don't have to pay for any of it. You will probably have to have staff available to work with them, but that's it. One more, Lynchburg, South Carolina. Again, I highlighted a lot of these because they're very small communities too. So this is 400 residents, and they didn't have a clean drinking water source. And so they brought in the EPA Water Technical Assistance and did community engagement, and then completed some funding applications as well. So those are all example projects that are things you could go for with this. The program, the Water TA itself, there's no upfront funding. They are going to provide you the technical assistance that will help you prepare the strategies and get ready to apply for grants. And then when you apply for grants and loans through the bipartisan infrastructure law, a lot of those loans are at below market rates and a portion of them is forgivable. So it's good money. There's no direct cost share for this because again, you're not getting money up front. You'll have, like I said, staff available to spend the time to do the planning, but they will help with community engagement. They will bring in other people in the community to and partners, private and public, to help you get going. Priority here is to disadvantaged and underserved communities and those struggling to access funding. So that is rural communities with limited staff. They qualify too. They are big on lead service line replacement and forever chemicals, and they really want to address resilience. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, here's a 1. We're finally getting a 1. This is an online form. You can probably fill this out in under 30 minutes, if that. It might not even take you that long. And all you have to do to get started is submit that form, and then you'll talk to someone and you'll find out if this is the right program for you. So it might be worth just checking out if you've got something in your community you think some water, wastewater issues you might need some assistance with. You might just put that application in and see what happens. It's a rolling deadline. They get a certain amount of funding each year. There is another year. But yeah, get in as soon as possible. As soon as you know what you might want to go for, I would get right in there. Here is your page to find out more. We've got the website. We've got the request form linked right there. That's the form you need to submit. And then there's a webinar about helping communities get funding. And that's what is linked here, the webinar and the webinar slides. So you can take a look at those too. And that is what I have today. So you'll see our emails there if you want to contact either Paul or I to follow up on any of this. And also a link to the Money Mondays webpage where we have all of our past videos linked, and we will get this one up as soon as Zoom is done processing it this morning. Any questions? I don't see questions. Paul, anything else you'd like to add?
I don't. As promised, it's always 15 minutes or less. So thank you everybody for joining us. We really appreciate it. And please tell your colleagues, anybody that would be interested.
Great. Have a good week. Thank you.